happy it applies to college basketball as well. We begin with national semifinal number 2. Michigan State, Texas Tech. MSU down 8 second half, Nick Ward. Michigan State, though, outscored in the paint, an area where we thought they would have an edge. Later in the second, Texas Tech up by 6. Matt Mooney for 3. Mooney came up huge while Jarrett Culver struggled. Mooney had 22 on the night. He's from Wakanda, Illinois, Sean. Wakanda forever.
And he shot that from, looked like it was going to stay up there forever.
Patrick Mahomes loves it, the NFL MVP, and Texas Tech enjoying one heck of a run. Cassius Winston, Michigan State trying to come back from a 13-point deficit. Spartans down by 10, now down by 3. Aaron Henry pulls Michigan State to within 1. And the watch party at Munn Ice Arena can feel the comeback. Michigan State's done it all year long. They would not do it on this night. Texas Tech up by 4. Jarrett Culver had been quiet all night. Quiet no longer. 9 of his 10 in the second half as the Red Raiders end Michigan State's season. 61-51 is the final. Mooney was no doubt the offensive star. Hit a couple of ridiculous threes to help Texas Tech extend its lead to 13, and then played solid defense to help the Red Raiders close out the W. Winston had 16 points, but it took him 16 shots to get there. Winston, McQuaid, Aaron Henry combined for 39 of Michigan State's 51. The Bigs simply did not have it in this game. Ward, Goins, Tillman didn't score a single point in the first half. It is always tough to swallow a loss like this. Tom Izzo has been here before.
On our national championship rings, there's a PP, TPW, players play, tough players win. And very seldom in my career have we kind of got outbeat up, and tonight was one of those nights. You know, I was concerned about the turnovers. I thought we could hurt him inside, put a lot of pressure on Cassius. I mean, they played really good defense. I didn't think we played very good offense, and I think that falls on my shoulders, not theirs.
I got a special relationship with Coach. You know, I mean, one thing I'm going to miss the most is, you know, when I get done working out during the day, just going up, like before class or after class, I come work out at the Res, and I go up to his office and talk to him for like 5 minutes, and we just talk about family or what I need to get better at, and we go over stats or film or something, and we just, I love Coach, and he's done so much for me and helped me so much, and I know he's got my back, and I got his back for the rest of our life.
Always an emotional night for the teams that don't get to survive and advance. Michigan State was done in by Texas Tech's defense. The Red Raiders holding the Spartans to season lows in points, field goals made, field goals percentage, and assists. Just 6 dimes on the evening. So hard to simulate in practice the kind of defense and the kind of intensity that Texas Tech plays with on that end of the floor. Let's head to Minneapolis now, where Dave Revson anchors our on-site Final Four coverage.
Rick, thanks. Here with John Crispin. 61-51. Texas Tech just manhandles Michigan State on the defensive end. Just felt like they took the Spartans out of everything they wanted to do. And Michigan State just never able to adjust, John.
I think Michigan State felt like they had an advantage in the post. The problem was you couldn't get the ball there. When you did, the double team came the second they got into scoring position, just caused all sorts of problems. They were disruptive, but they also just eliminated rhythm from the basketball game. And that ultimately is what hurt Michigan State, who struggled to figure out a team that switched absolutely everything, both around the perimeter and inside.
Far and away a season low for points for Michigan State. It scored 62 on a couple prior occasions, 32% from the field. Again, far and away a season low. It just felt like, for whatever reason, they were never able to adjust. How did Texas Tech keep them so off balance?
Well, first and foremost, Texas Tech took them out of transition. There were no transition opportunities for Michigan State. So when they were not able to get out and run, it forced them into a half-court game. And in the half-court, when you switch everything, you don't get any of the things that you plan for. And that was the problem. There were no counters for a team that switched everything. And when Cassius Winston got the right matchup, he was able to capitalize. The problem was, this is a Texas Tech defense that was disciplined in terms of the attention to detail. details. They did not get guys like Moretti switched up on Cassius Winston that often, because when they did, Cassius Winston had his way. So a disciplined defensive performance for Texas Tech is what won them the basketball game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the key, as we've talked about all year, to beating Michigan State is figuring out a way to stop Cassius Winston, which is easier said than done. Texas Tech did it in this case, and then the bigs really had no answers. I mean, inside they got very little. They got 14 points in the paint. So you get 2 points in transition, 14 points in the paint. You have to beat them over the top, and they just weren't able to do it.
Yeah, and what's really hard when you're attacking in the paint with the bigs, what they did in terms of Texas Tech's defense, they doubled on the spin. So it wasn't just on the bounce. They doubled when Nick Ward or when Xavier Tillman spun to the basket. They're off balance. They're not able to make a pass. They're not able to make a shot. And at times you saw bad turnovers that led for a fast break for Texas Tech. There were so many little things, even defending the ball screen, just switching on Cassius Winston as opposed to letting him turn the corner. Total game changer, something Cassius hadn't seen all year.
Yeah, no doubt, a tremendous defensive performance. That's what everyone will talk about, the defense that won the game, but Matt Mooney was fantastic on the offensive end as well.
It's amazing. Another guy, grad transfer, comes in. All of the, I will call it the moxie in the world out there tonight. It was impressive to watch him just create opportunities. He didn't do it in a high, a fashionable way. He just was doing his work. It was very blue collar. It was a lot of pump fakes and ball fakes, but he found ways to get baskets. It was impressive.
Young man from Big Ten country, suburban Chicago, ends up knocking out the Big Ten's representative here in the Final Four. And so now it is Texas Tech and Virginia going at it for a shot at the national championship. There will be a first-time winner on Monday, and there will not be a Big Ten winner for the 19th straight year. The Big Ten falls short of a national championship.